Hi guys, it's Mena, and today in this video I'm going to read you guys The Spooky Haunted House, and I was going to do the movies tag, but unfortunately I decided not to do that because I was afraid that was going to get flagged as inappropriate again. But anyway, so here's the book, and let me come a little closer, sorry. And here's the book, and I'm going to get started. What's cool is this is a glow-in-the-dark book. I got it at a garage sale like years ago. I forgot I still have this. Look at that amazing house, Betsy said. That's where Aunt Sarah lives, Betsy's father explained. Isn't it in a wonderful place? No, said Boo. It doesn't look wonderful to me. It looks so spooky. It looks very spooky around here. Boo was Betsy's younger brother. His real name was John Peter, but everyone called him Boo because he was still afraid of many things. He was afraid of dark rooms, ghosts, monsters, and strange old houses. Boo, said his mother, there's nothing to be afraid of. We're spending a week here in the country with Aunt Sarah, and you'll get used to her house and everything around it. Welcome, Aunt Sarah said in the doorway. It's so nice to see all of you. Betsy, you've grown so tall. And how are you, Boo? Boo didn't say anything. He just looked around as he entered the house. Boo thinks you have monsters and ghosts in your house, Betsy explained. Aunt Sarah laughed. Dear me, no, she said. I'm all alone here except for Shadow, my black cat. After a snack of milk and cherry pie, Betsy and Boo got ready for bed. They were sleeping in the guest room on the second floor. Isn't this a funny old room, Boo? Betsy asked. Boo? She asked him again. Boo, what are you doing? I'm checking the closet for ghosts, Boo said. There's no such thing, Betsy insisted. I promise. Let's turn out the lights and go to sleep. Boo climbed into bed. But before he turned off the lamp, he tucked his flashlight under his pillow. Boo could not fall asleep without his flashlight. As Betsy and Boo drifted off to sleep, the moon rose. Its silver glow shimmered through the curtains. The light spread across the floor and was reflected in the heavy old bedroom mirror, which cast strange shadows on the wall. Then suddenly there was a noise in the hallway. Boo sat up straight in bed. What was that? He whispered. It might be a horrible monster. A monster outside our room. Boo saw strange shadows on the wall. He saw a flickering light. Oh no, he gasped. It's a monster inside our room. There was no time to reach for the flashlight. There was only one time to scream. Betsy, help! Betsy awoke with a start. She switched on the lamp. What's wrong? She asked. She didn't see anything strange. I guess I made a mistake, Boo mumbled as he looked around the room. But then the children heard heard noises overhead. Creak, scrape, tap, tap, creak, scrape. Boo leapt out of bed. I've had enough of this house, he declared. I'm going to find Mom and Dad. Using his flashlight, Boo made his way to the long, dark hall. Betsy hurried after her brother. This is their room, Boo whispered. He stood in front of the door. It was open just a crack. Betsy knocked, but there was no answer. She knocked again, but there was still no answer. She took a deep breath and pushed the door open. Betsy and Boo stepped inside the room. It was empty. Their parents were gone, but the noises weren't. Who? They heard. A ghost! Boo screeched with fright. No, look, Betsy said pointing to the window. It staring right at them through the glass was a large white owl. Its eyes were gleaming circles of light, but as the owl lifted its wings and flew, as the owl lifted its wings and flew away, the children heard more sounds overhead. Creak, scrape, tap, tap. Come on, let's find out what that is, said Betsy. Not me, Boo said, but Betsy had already taken the flashlight and was walking toward a steep staircase. I can't stay here without my flashlight, Boo said. He ran after his sister. Together the children climbed the staircase. Each time they put their feet on a step, it creaked and groaned. As they climbed, they stared at the closed door at the top of the stairs. There could be 100 monsters up there, Boo whispered. Step, creak, groan. There could be 1,000 ghosts, Boo whispered. Step, creak, groan, step, creak, groan. Finally, they were standing in front of the door. Betsy reached out and turned the knob. The door opened and bong, bong, bong. Boo grabbed his sister's arm. What's that noise? Betsy shined the flashlight into the large room. It was filled with old furniture, ladders, piles of boxes, and in the corner a tall grandfather clock. The clock bonged 10 times. Aunt Sarah told me about that clock, Betsy said. It's over 100 years old, and she winds it every week. Boo took a small step into the room to see the old clock, but he put his foot down. Something moved underneath it. Then that something sprang high up in the air. It shrieked a piercing shriek. Both children screamed, "Help!" Betsy and Boo heard quick footsteps. A door at the far end of the room opened. The lights went on. "Betsy, Boo, are you all right?" It was their mother, father, and Aunt Sarah. A monster attacked us," Boo shouted. "It jumped at us, and there were ghosts everywhere. We heard them creaking and groaning and tapping all over the house." "Dear me," Aunt Sarah said. "I think your monster was my shadow." Aunt Sarah held the small black cat in her arms. It looked even more frightening than Boo did. "The creaking, groaning, and tapping was just all of us walking around this old house," Boo's father said. The spooky old house," Boo sniffled. "But there are wonderful surprises," Boo's mother said. "Inside the house and outside, too. Come out. We can show you one right now." Betsy and Boo followed the 3 grown-ups the door at the end of the large room onto a balcony. "Look," their mother and father pointed up in the air, in the skyway. The children could hardly believe what they saw. "There must be 1,000,000 stars," Betsy said. "But that's not all," her father added. "Look down there." He pointed to a lawn in front of the house. 6 deer stood nibbling in the grass. Their soft white tails looked in the starlight. "No monsters anywhere, no ghosts," Aunt Sarah said. "Just twinkling stars and nibbling deer. Aunt Sarah's house isn't so spooky, is it, Boo?" Boo didn't say anything. Instead, he climbed into Aunt Sarah's lap along with Shadow. Boo watched the deer for a while. Then he watched the twinkling stars. "No monsters, no ghosts," he murmured. Boo wrapped his arms around Shadow. Then he fell asleep, and he didn't even need his flashlight. Sorry. Okay, so that was me reading Spooky House. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!